Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Britain is finding it very difficult to throw the boaty people out. Now, there's no real reason why we cannot do this. The ECHR does not make doing it illegal. However, 26, 27 years ago, a young human rights lawyer decided that he would become the arbiter of what the ECHR should be interpreted as. And he wrote this guide, the manual on how to interpret the law. And he didn't like the fact that this was happening and that was happening. And so he took it upon himself to rewrite, to edit, to force an interpretation that went through his particular, very weird political spectacles, if you will, his viewpoint. This man, of course, was Keir Starmer, when he was a little budding human rights lawyer determined to destroy the future, it seems. He edited the guide for the 1998 Human Rights Act and the European Convention on Human Rights in 1999, when he was that human rights lawyer. And it has been the Bible, if you will, for how all solicitors, barristers, and judges should interpret the Human Rights Act. It's not law, you understand. It's just the guide that they tend to follow. But they're under no obligation to follow it, but they do follow it. They're entitled, of course, to take this book and throw it out the window and say, well, I'm not following that. I'm going to interpret it in my way. Unfortunately, they don't, though. And so we're stuck with this problem of the migrant boats that Keir Starmer says he's determined to get rid of. But unfortunately, the Human Rights Act and the European Convention on Human Rights won't let him do it. And we're calling bullshit. It's his book that isn't letting it do it, not the human rights. A copy of the book revealed Sir Keir hailed the Human Rights Act as having enormous potential and representing a new way of thinking about the law. In other words, he was using a foreign-derived law to change British laws without the will of Parliament, without the will of the people. This is fascism. It came as the Attorney General yesterday ruled out leaving the ECHR. This is Harmer, Lord Hermer. No, we can't leave. Yes, we can. There's nothing stopping us. America isn't part of it. Australia isn't part of it. You know, there's lots of countries that aren't part of it. There's nothing wrong with leaving. Of course you can leave. Won't make a difference. He claimed it would be counterproductive for Britain to leave the convention to tackle illegal immigration. I would suggest leaving it would make it much easier to tackle illegal immigration. You can just take that, rip it up and go, don't believe in that anymore, close our borders, out you go. And what are the rest of the world going to do? Nothing. It's not as though the French are going to invade and say, you must take your migrants back, is it? They have other fish to fry. And indeed, should we do it, other countries may go, actually, Britain's right. Certainly Germany already have. They've suspended the ECHR and they're kicking all their immigrants out. Poland suspended it. No immigrants in Poland, no immigrants in Hungary. Denmark are partially closing it. The Netherlands are looking to eradicate parts of it. Sweden, don't even get me started. But no, because we've got a Prime Minister who wrote the rules. I wrote the rules. We must stick to the rules I wrote. My view only. Perhaps we should say, Starmer, you're a swat. Let's take your rules, throw them out, rewrite them, reinterpret them, or just completely get rid and eradicate this act and make Britain's laws supreme, not foreign nations. We need actually a law. And I tell you, if when Nigel Farage becomes Prime Minister, day one, he forces the Lords to sit and he puts one rule through. Here's the rule. Very simple. No amendments, nothing. Simple one-line rule. One-line law. British law is supreme. No foreign law can exist above British law. How do we vote? Go through one. Send it up to the Lords. Lords vote. If the Lords don't vote for it straight away, you get rid of the Lords. Boom. we'd have an elected second assembly. Done. It'll come back from the Lords like that. Second reading, boom. Third reading, boom. Back up. Final check. There you go, Your Majesty. It's 12:30. Sign that. We can all go to lunch. It's doable. We've done it before with fast laws. So let's do it. Make British law supreme. Get rid of the ECHR. Get rid of all the other shite. And then close the border and throw those who should not be here out. I don't have a problem with immigration, provided the people have come here properly, followed the rules, have their jobs, pay their taxes, obey our laws and our conventions, not just our laws. That's fine. Peace be unto all of you. Don't care. But when you're coming here illegally and taking our resources and doing terrible things to our children, then no. And all that's happening because of Keir Starmer and his arrogance and his inability to accept that he's not the most important person in the world, that we disagree vehemently with his weird leftist worldview, with his hatred for this country, with his treasonous actions, that now it seems go back, not just since he's being Prime Minister, but going back nearly 30 years. 30 years of hating Britain, of being an anti-British, quisling, turncoat, two-faced, treasonous wanker that's put us in this position today, where we're too afraid because of the European Convention on Human Rights. I'm not afraid. You know? Let's use, what about our human rights? What about the human rights of our children not to get raped? But Starmer's, no, foreigners have more rights than indigenous Brits. His government fought for that. His government got that through the courts. We are now in a position where illegal immigrants have more rights than we as indigenous Brits. Because of one arrogant, tiny, probably bullied at school, tosser. I'm a human rights lawyer. No, that's not what you are. We all hear the songs, don't we? We all hear. I certainly heard them at the football the other night. We all sing it. Because you are the wanker of Britain, aren't you? Keir Starmer's a wanker. We all hear the song. I love the White Stripes. Seven Nation Army. Great song. Love the new lyrics. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much. And do hit the subscribe button if you can. And press the like button if you can. Till next time. Goodbye.